Good afternoon, it's Tony here at Smart Motors Toyota in Madison, Wisconsin. Today I'm going to give you an overview of this brand new 2020 Toyota Highlander Limited Platinum Edition. The exterior color is Blueprint, the interior leather is Glazed Carmel. So we're going to dive in and I'll show you some of the features. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, beginning up front on the Platinum Edition Highlander, first of all, you'll see we do have the piano black grille. Looks awesome, very upscale with chrome trim around the edges. And the lower portion of the bumper here does have kind of a brushed aluminum plastic finish with the composite finish here, which is scratch and obviously rust resistant. Now, Blueprint Blue is a metallic color. This is the first year they've offered it on the Highlander. It looks awesome. Your headlight setup, these are LED headlights with LED fog lights on the Platinum Edition. And around at the front here, you'll notice a huge Toyota badging. And then here's one of the many cameras. This is your forward-facing camera that works with your bird's eye 360 view. There is a ton of safety built into this, including pedestrian detection, lane departure detection, road sign detection. You can see some of the sensors right here in the front bumper. So a lot of different safety features. In fact, up in the middle of the windshield, there's a bunch of sensors in those two boxes up there as well that work with the Safety Sense 2.0 system that is standard on the Highlander Platinum. Now, sliding down the side of the vehicle, it's got a really clean look. Not a lot of chrome other than up around the door bezel or door sills themselves. So chrome down alongside here, but it doesn't wrap up over the top like many models do. Notice your mirrors are colored to match, and they're breakaway mirrors, so you can fold them in, and they also flip out. So if somebody clips them with a grocery cart, they're hopefully not going to break them off. They are, we do have blind spot monitoring in the mirrors, and we also have heated outside mirrors that works with your rear window defrost. And then your turn signal indicators are right here in the mirrors as well for added visibility. Also under the mirrors, we do have a camera that's part of the 360 view, and then there's also a puddle light as well. So there's a bunch of technology just in the mirror alone. Taking a look at your wheel and tire setup. Now these are a 20-inch wheel and tire, and these are more of a all-season tire. They're going to give it a really smooth ride. They'd be okay-ish, kind of off-road, but not serious four-wheel drive off-roading. The wheels themselves, they are a cast aluminum wheel, and they've got kind of a gunmetal gray painted finish. Very durable, looks great on here. So those are a 235/55R 20-inch all-season tire. It does come standard with the factory mud guards down here, as well on the back wheels. Notice your door handles are painted colored to match, and we do have keyless entry as part of the smart key system, so you don't even need to have your key in your pocket or out of your pocket to open the doors. The B pillars here are kind of that piano black finish that we saw in the grille up front, as well as your C pillars. Gas doors here on the driver's side, and there's those rear mud guards, again standard. The rear spoiler is standard, again also colored to match, and the shark fin antenna standard. You can see we have the roof rail system, and then the Platinum Edition is the edition that you can get the panoramic moonroof on with the wind deflector up front. Let's go ahead and move around to the back. I'll show you some of the features there. All right, here at the back of the Platinum Highlander badging and Platinum all-wheel drive badging, as well as the Toyota emblem and the tailgate protector here are all chrome. Look pretty nice on there. We've got a lower fascia on the back bumper. This is the same color that we saw up front on the lower of the front bumper. Here's your backup sensors and your pedestrian detection. And then we actually have two separate cameras underneath the tailgate, one for our bird's eye 360 and then our backup cameras there. The back windows are all tinted out with rear washer, rear window defrost, and LED third brake light and LED tail lights. Let's take a look in the tailgate and the trunk and see what we can find there. Okay, your tailgate does have the hands-free capability where you can just take your foot and flash it underneath. I've already opened it up. There is a push button to close it right here. Of course, you can use your remote key fob. You can also use a button up front on the dash. The JBL audio system has extra speakers back in the tailgate. And then if we swoop down in here, you'll see there's a large subwoofer right here, part of the JBL audio system, which is standard on the Platinum Edition. The only accessory that this one has is the all-season floor mats. So you get the cargo mat here, and then you get floor mats for up front, both front driver, front passenger, and second row. Your spare tire is going to be found under here. So you've got your jack and your toolkit assembly. There's your cargo cover. So everything is kind of tucked down underneath. And with the Toyota Care, you get roadside assistance. So if you do need to have a tire change, they can send someone out to help you. Notice the third seat is a 60-40 fold down seat, and I've got 60% folded down there. And these headrests, the great thing about those is they actually collapse themselves when you put the back seat down, so it's not necessary to remove them. Super handy. Cup holders here in the back seats for your back seat passengers, and we do have rear air conditioning vents back here as well. And you've got a good 5 feet of length right there, maybe even 6 feet of length. So if you do need to haul something long like snow skis or lumber or something like that, you should be able to get that in there. Cargo net, if you want one as an accessory. Seat belts have these great little hooks back here, so you can hook them in, and when you do that, then you don't have to worry about your seat belts rattling around in the back. So I kind of like that about it's a little attention to detail, but it gets rid of the rattles. Let's go ahead and walk up and take a look in the driver's seat and see what we can find there. Okay, beginning on the door here, just a couple features I want to point out. We do have a 2-position memory seat on the door for the Platinum Edition. The interior color on this one is that glazed caramel leather interior, and we'll get into that in just a second. But to complement that, the upper portion of the doors and the dash, all of this, is more of a chocolate color. Maybe you can see it here where the sun's really shining on it. So it's not a black upper dash, it's a chocolate color. Although when you get into the vehicle, it's a combination of a black upper, and you can see the chocolate with the orange or the caramel contrast stitching. And then also they've got this, it almost looks like carbon fiber, but it's not finish. It's kind of a gunmetal gray, looks nice. And then a brushed aluminum trim going all the way around and all the way across the dash and down your center stack. So a really, really nice rich interior. Instead of using your traditional brown wood, it's kind of a gray wood. So a really different look. You ought to come in and take a look if you think you want to see what it looks like in person. The door sill does have the aluminum Highlander door sill protector. Your seats are 10-way power driver seat, 2-way power lumbar support. Of course, they are heated and ventilated seats. These are leather seats with adjustable headrest. Very comfortable seats for sure. And then, of course, we have a height adjustable seat belts right there, and height adjustable headrest as well, like so. But I wanted to show you this one because of the caramel interior with this blueprint. Pretty striking, very rich look and feel. Here on the dash, there's a number of on-off switches. These are your automatic high beams, your 360 tailgate, your heated steering wheel, your electronic front window defrost is there, and then there's a storage compartment here, trip meter and dimmer switch for your dash lights, and then all of your headlights, including your fog light controls, are right here on the stalk. And then we have a manual tilting steering wheel right there. Let's jump in the driver's seat and see what we can find. Okay, so here I am in the driver's seat, and by the way, the purpose of this video is not a tutorial. I'm not here to show you how everything works. I just want to point out as many features as I can. And truly, in the Highlander, especially this Platinum Edition, there are a ton of electronic features. So let's get started, and I'll just give you an overview on what's included. So your steering wheel is leather wrapped. It's very comfortable. This is a heated steering wheel with the buttons down here I showed you earlier. So I left it on, and it truly is too warm on a day like today. On this side, we've got controls for our information center, our Bluetooth connectivity, our voice activation, and our volume for our sound system. Now, this is the JBL audio system, so as a result, we have a bunch of extra speakers, including these large tweeters up in the doors, and then, or up in the A-pillar, I'm sorry, and then the doors have speakers all the way around in the front, back, tailgate, and such. Over on this side, these are again on and off switches or controls for your pedestrian detection and your dynamic radar cruise control sensitivities, lane departure setup, cruise control here, and then controls for your information center and changing stations on your sound system. Take a quick look at the center at the gauge cluster. Let me go ahead and turn that off. Now, it's a white on black gauge cluster, tachometer, temperature gauge, speedometer, gas gauge over there, and then your center information center. Right now I've got the tailgate open, so let me see if I can close that up, and we'll hold that, get that closed. There it goes. So in the center stack, there's outside temperature, fuel calculators, and all the controls to turn things on and off with regards to your safety sense is all within that gauge cluster. Taking a look at the center stack, again, a lot of features in this center stack, but just wanted to point out it's a 10-inch touchscreen. It does have XM satellite sound system. We do have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and of course a JBL sound system with Sirius XM satellite radio. Dynamic navigation on your touchscreen is here. We have automatic temperature controls on this side, and they're also reversible, so you can flip them around if that's something you want to do. When you stop in, we'd be happy to cover all the features of this sound system. It really is an amazing sound system. Moving down, we've got our controls here for our cooled seats. So I've got the driver's seat in a, that's in a heated mode. Cooled mode is down here. Temperature controls for the driver's side, and then these controls are for the front passenger. Now the rear seats, the rear second row passenger seats, those are heated as well. Vents, four-way flashers, and a nice little package shelf right here, which continues over into the upper part of the dashboard, and there's a little plug right here where you can push this out, and then you can run your wires for your smartphone down there as well. It does have QI wireless charging, and I'll show you that in just a minute, but that's an alternative. If you want to plug it in, you could do that. Of course, push button start. Way down here, we've got some charging ports for your smartphone, and just another storage compartment here. Your shift lever is leather wrapped, and it does have some brushed aluminum here and running down the center as well. And maybe you can see this gray wood trim accent. That looks awesome. Then we've got controls down here for our drive modes, and then our suspension modes are here as well, so we can change the suspension setup if we're going to go off-road a little bit. Traction control, snow modes. We have remote start controls there, and then your parking controls right here for your parking brake and such is all right there in the center. Here's a quick scan of that center stack. I want to show you the center armrest. It opens like this, so it doesn't flip up or flip down. It looks like it does, but it doesn't. It actually opens like this, and when you first open it, that's your wireless charging, so you can throw your smartphone right on top of there. And then down underneath there is where you find all the storage that you're looking for, as well as an additional power port right down there, another 12-volt power port. So plenty of places to charge your stuff and plug stuff in. Here's a quick look at your glove box. And of course, you should get the full owner's manual setup package. And there's your passenger side. Moving our attention up to the controls up here. These are your controls for your 360, or I'm sorry, your panoramic moonroof, for the visor and to open it up. I'm going to leave that closed for just a second. Oh. Overhead lights for your dome lights. Here you got your kid catcher mirror, so you can track your kids in the back seat. And then if you let it drop down a little bit further, you can actually get your sunglasses up in there as well. And we do have a digital rear view mirror with HomeLink set up in there. This is really, really cool. You got to come in and see it. It's hard to show on camera, but stop by. We'd be happy to show you how that works. And then finally, we do have heads-up display, which maybe you can see it on the camera. I don't know if you can. No, you can't. So the heads-up display actually projects your speed and some vital information up onto the steering wheel, so you don't have to look down when you're driving. You don't have to look down to see your speed. You can just keep your eyes on the road. So really great safety feature with the heads-up display. Your overhead, your visors do have lighted vanity mirrors, and they're on both sides. What they don't have is they don't have the extensions, but you can slide them in and out if you need to. So a little bit different effect for that. So there's your quick look at the driver's compartment. Let's go ahead and jump into the back seat and we'll see what we can find there. Okay, jumping into the back seat on the Platinum, it comes with the captain's chairs in the back. Here's a good look at that leather, caramel leather with the ventilation on there. If we move over to our door, you'll notice there are water holders or bottle holders down there. And then the Platinum has this retractable sunshade for the kiddos in the back seat. If you got to put a child seat back there, you can get them out of the sun. These back seats do fold down. So let's see, you go like this, and then you go like this, and then it flops down, and it's pretty flat from the back seat to the front seat, so you should be able to get some good cargo in there. But notice I did not have to remove those headrests to get that to come down. There's folding armrest on both of these seats like so, and then your cup holders are right here, and in the center here is where you've got automatic temperature controls, and then the heated seat controls are right there for the back passengers, and you've got some power ports down here as well. Backs of the seats, both seats have pockets like so, and there's also rear vents, passenger assist grips with dry cleaning holders, and then this one does have the panoramic moonroof, which I've got closed right now. Sometimes that affects the lighting in my video, so I just wanted to leave it closed for now. So let's go ahead and dive under the hood and wrap this thing up. Okay, so under the hood, the Highlander has the, this is the gas version. So it's a 3.5 liter V6 gasoline engine, 24 valves. This engine produces 295 horsepower, so it's pretty good. 263 foot-pounds of torque, and it's connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission, so traditional automatic transmission. The engine and transmission have a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, no deductible. The vehicle itself has a 3-year, 36,000 mile limited warranty, no deductible. And then of course you get Toyota Care, which is going to cover your basic maintenance, your fluids, your tire rotations, oil changes for up to 3 years. 2 years, 25,000 miles. So for 2 years or 25,000 miles, you get Toyota Care, no cost maintenance. So there we go. It's the brand new 2020 Toyota Highlander Limited Platinum Edition. Blueprint is the color, with the glazed caramel leather interior. Standard equipment include the panoramic moonroof, the JBL audio system, those huge 20-inch cast aluminum wheels, LED headlights, LED fog lights, and a slew of other features. Hey, if you'd like to learn more, or you want to test drive, or maybe even buy this one, stop by our dealership in Madison, Wisconsin. We've got about 40 or so available right now. This is Tony at Smart Toyota. Thanks for watching.